Hola, mi amigos. Today is Friday, the 10th of May, 2024, and I'm just staying active, and I opened up another 112 in this futures account. However, I did use a slight variation. I have 100 point wide put debit spread here instead of just 50. So when we come here, you'll see what happens. I did 132 DTE, and then instead of way up here, usually I do like a 24, 25, 50 points wide, and then usually I'd come like here-ish and do +2, right? That's even a little too much. Man, I could actually go farther out than I usually do. Anyways, something like that. Like I get 110, or no, I guess that was about right. Anyways, like 130-ish, 150-ish, somewhere in here, 99% chance, right? 25, 22 is usually where it's at. This is 24, 21, whatever. So then if you take a look at the curve here, this is the regular one, right? Get like 140 as a credit up here. You know, if it moves down to 5,000, you start to get this profit tent or bonus area. This is only going to kick in like months down the road when it's really close to expiration. But this is the typical setup, right? So you got the 112, and yeah, it's you know, the 4,400 put goes all the way up to the 4,900 or 5,000. So say 44 to 5,000, that's 600 points, right? Well, I did 100 points wide, and to get enough credit and to make it high probability, I had to come a little more aggressive here on the 2 short puts. You know, instead of being out here at like the 5 delta, somewhere in here around the 2 standard deviation, that's what that dashed line is, I bumped it up to the 7 delta. And then instead of these being up here at, you know, 25, 22, give or take, it's farther out at the 1 standard deviation, which is that line. And yeah, so that ends up being like a 14 and 11 on the delta. So to get the bear trap effect, it's going to have to sell off quite a bit more, right? 53 to 48. That's a solid 500 points. That's basically a 10% sell off to even approach the trap. This would just really be lucky to get this trap, right? I mean, that's kind of how all these are. And I've figured out that these put debit spreads, whether they're 50 points wide or 100, you don't really take profit on those unless it's like at the very end of the expiration cycle. It's more so they keep you in the trade, right? Because it's like dynamic protection against these 2 short puts. If you didn't have these, you know, it would actually be cheaper to just take these off. Actually, hold on. That's not the right account. All right, switch it to the right account. So this takes $509 right here on this 100 point wide spread. If I delete these 2 legs, what's this go to? Goes to 580. So it takes a little bit more buying power just to do the nakeds, right? But that's going to fluctuate a lot faster too. So if you put these in here as protection, it reduces your buying power by a little bit. Well, like what was that, 15%, 20%, something like that? Yeah, so then when it starts to move against you, you know, these are making money here, and then these are losing money. So it just kind of, yeah, when that sell-off happened here in, late April, I never really could take profit on these hedges because, you know, I guess if you had a lot of extra buying power, like a larger account, maybe you could take profit on those and just let the 2 naked, you know, puts run on their own. But I couldn't do that because this account's so small. So the $2,000 account here, not even, you know, when I take these off, it would add to the buying power requirement on these other 2 short puts. So I could never take profit. Anyways, so knowing all about all of that, you know, these bonus profit tents aren't really going to come into play unless we're in a bear market. Like, you know, 2022, people were saying they got these extra bonus profits here because that was a bear market, right? But outside of that, you're probably not going to hit it So it's just kind of like a rare occurrence. So I guess the last thing here is that your tent gets much larger with this 100-point spread here. Even though it's farther out of the money, you know, this is now at 657 as the max profit, again, at expiration, versus when you shift this one strike closer, you know, it's 426. So you get that extra 200 bucks there, or whatever, 250, 230, whatever it is. All right, I think I hashed out those details, probably overdid it, but anyways, 112-9, you know, open today, blah, blah, blah. Grand total together here, put these three together, and I got a credit of 155. And the deltas at the open, the short puts were at 7 instead of like 5. And then the long put spread was 14.11. The whole position has a 99% pop. 10.8 was the IV rank, so super low. And then I opened at 53.12. So, and there you go, 100-point wide put debit spread. All right, I think that's it. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you later.